Welcome back to another episode of Bad Decision Garage. Today we're on Project Scout again here. Got a rebuild kit for the carb, so first thing off today, we're gonna get this carb put back together and hopefully in working order. Since that throttle shaft was pretty seized, I got some emery cloth and sandpaper to try to clean it up and see if we can save this carb. So I think that's probably where we'll start first. Let's take a look at that. Panning situation. All right, so we're sitting here on the table. Oh, crap, way over here. Got our carb rebuild kit. Our carb's blowing apart down on the table here. So, I mean, let's just get to it. Oh, I guess first of all, like the real thing here, like minus the carb kit, is we gotta get this throttle shaft cleaned up here at the end. It's got some rust, and then clean out this bore here. Let me see if I can't really, maybe if I grab another light, it'll shine in there and show you guys. Oh yeah, right there in that bore there, you can see how it's, it doesn't want to focus it, but yeah, okay, so you guys are just gonna have to believe me that that's rusty there. So let's get to that. I don't need a Dremel. I mean, we're not professionals here, Josh. We're getting it good enough. All right, so I got a piece of sandpaper just rolled up, kind of up in this bore, just trying to clean it out a little bit so that the throttle shaft will spin on there. Might have to get a little bit more gritty first and then polish it out. Let's see if that helps us something here. Got it rolled up just a little bit more. No, Josh, I don't want a Dremel. They might have had Dremels in '78. I don't know what year the Dremel came out. It's time for fun facts with Bad Decision Garage. I bet you they had air-powered ones a long time ago, like little die grinders and stuff.
Yeah, 35.
1935? Hell yeah. Start of the Great War. We were all like, we're gonna need some precision tooling here.
Started in 1932, but the first high-speed rotary tool was produced in 35.
And there we got it, boys. Look at that. She spins nice now. Now comes the fun part of reassembling all this. Hopefully I should look up a diagram, I guess. I don't.
You don't remember?
We got, oh, springs all, there we go. Yeah, we'll pull up a diagram just to make sure that I get it back together right, but nice. It's a good day. I'm sure there'll be a slight vacuum leak on that corner, but you know, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Oh, yes. There we go. Throttle shaft is good to go now. There we go. Let's see if we can figure out how this spring works real quick. Probably goes around something like that. Gets pushed down. Okay. Alright, now all I'm trying to do is get my springs lined up on this throttle shaft here. There's this big spring right here. I'm just trying to get it all oriented so that it actually, like I got that one in place, now I just got to get this one. And I need a pick of some sort or something. Let's see if we can stab my finger with this pick. Right, successful so far. Okay, I actually see how this spring works now. Gonna have to spin you around. Okay, so this is kind of a wee bit more annoying than I was expecting, but I think we might very closely have it, except for that other spring now. I think it's actually okay. Alright, that was a little bit of a fight, but I got these springs over here. These springs right here. Those springs up on their perch here, which was kind of a little bit of a fight, but we got it on. So next thing will be to put the throttle blades back in. Maybe. Is that the way they go? Oh. That's pretty tight clearances here. which makes sense. Huh. It came apart, so that means it must go back together. Don't really fit in the borders the best, I don't know. That side, this side has to go down because it's got some markings, identifying marks that show me that it was against that bar already, so. Should we put them in with the blades open? To the bottom? To the top? Just doesn't even fit in there. Huh. Alright. Obviously fit. Because that's where they came from. Oh, let me get this J-hook back in place quick. That's wrong. That's right. I mean, I remember they were tight coming out, but
Strange.
yes, they are kind of tight in there, but they have to fit. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, it feels like right now. I wonder if we're not seated all the way.
Not in all the way.
Yeah. That hammer right there.
Just a hair more. You gotta see if it, yeah, it's not quite past there.
Yeah, but it doesn't go in any farther. Now I took my spring back off.
Well, the flaps aren't exactly, you know what I mean? They're not center.
Yeah, no, I see that.
So they gotta.
I get that. But like if you look at it, once it's in there, like you can tell which side it's offset to.
Yep.
Okay, back to getting these throttle blades in. Okay, there we go. I just don't know what I did, but I got it to clip in farther, so I don't know if that's really going to help us with our throttle blade. Okay, yeah, it helped us with our throttle blades. Those fall right into place now. Well, that's cool. Over these little guys.
Is that a Phillips?
No, it's Carb.
Oh, there you got one right there.
So now that I got the throttle valves in, you just got these 4 little screws to put in. Where's the deal here? Oh, that one's all fucked up. That's cool. So is that one. And so is that one. And so is that one.
How's that happen?
From when it was seized. But yeah. Alright guys, I gotta run to the store and get some screws. All my throttle blade screws I have noticed are fucked up. I don't...
Might as well check the other ones too, just to make sure.
Well, the rest of them are okay. It's just those ones.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah. They're messed up.
How the hell did they come out?
Force?
Them threads look okay, don't they?
In here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's steel and these are brass screws.
Just
Alright, so we got little brass screws that are... Let me see if I can get this thing to focus on that. I doubt it, but... Yeah, as you can see right there, the threads are kind of messed up on it, and all 4 of them are like that. So I'm gonna have to run to town and get some screws if I want to put this carb back together. All right, back from the store, got some new screws. So let's get these throttle blades in now. There we go, just had to align it a little bit better. Just got to get these holes lined up so that you can get this, oh, sorry guys. Yeah, you just got to get the holes lined up with the throttle plates so that you can actually get the screws in there. Got new screws. Kind of a little bit of a bugger to get started. I'm just Let's see here. There we go, there's one. There's two. There's gonna be three. Let's get this last one started quick. Might have to do a little bit of alignment here. Let's see what I can do. Aligned a little bit better, trying to. There we go. There we go. And just like that, we got our throttle blades back installed. So next thing, I got a bucket here next to me over here. I'm just gonna take some Carb and choke cleaner and just spray this off, get it cleaned up quick, and then we'll continue assembly. Alright guys, I also grabbed a little bit of compressed air here just to blow things up. There we go. Still got rotation. Alrighty. Get these old screws out of here. The next thing will be to make sure our bowl surface here is good and cleaned up. Just going to take a little bit of emery cloth and just make sure that we're at least clean. Don't want any old gasket residue really. And then I'm also going to take my air hose and blow through all these passageways quick just to make sure everything is nice and clear. And then maybe spray it out with a little bit more carb cleaner, try to clean out some of these corners down in the bowl a little bit better. Let's see here. All right, kind of just blew through all the passageways with carbon choke cleaner. Now I'm just going to take the air hose and do the same thing again. All right, and now back to lightly just scuffing this up so that it seals again and seals nice. Not trying to really remove material here, just trying to get the old gasket off. All right, and then we'll open up our carb kit and get our first gasket and start putting the carb together. All right, and this is why we kept the old gasket, is so that we can compare to figure out, because the kit comes with a couple different choice gaskets, which I don't even know if there's any differences. Oh yeah, there's some slight differences between the two. So you get your old gasket and you compare it with your new one, and that will kind of help you figure out what you need done here. There we go. Nope, we do need this one. So it would turn out to be that one here. See how all the holes line up where they're supposed to? That's a good sign. So then you take your base plate, set your gasket on there, get it to go where it belongs. Little pegs here that you got to get it pressed down on. Just make sure that that is correct. All right, everything looks correct there. Next, we'll take our bowl, and we'll get that to set on there. Then we'll flip everything upside down and put our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws back in on the bottom. There we go. Grab a Phillips head screwdriver. There we go. And you don't need to really torque these things together too tight. Like, snug is fairly tight on these. There's no reason to go cranking them down. There we go. Another thing I just remembered is I forgot to take out our air bleed screws and clean those passages. So I'll just pull them out quick. Make sure they're in good shape, and Yeah, we'll blow some junk through them. Or blow some carb cleaner through them just to make sure they're clean, and then we'll put them back in. And the general rule of setting for them is tighten them all the way down tight and then back them out about a turn to a turn and a half for a starting position. And that's what we will do. There we go. Yep. Cleaned out. And we'll just thread them back in. And you definitely do not torque on these screws. Just run it till it's snug. Just a couple fingers snug, and then count your turns. There's a half, there's one full turn. We'll do 1.5 out. And then the same thing on this one. All right, nice and snug, and then there's a half, there's a full, there's a half. We are 1.5 turns out, which is a good starting point. At least I like to start around there. Another thing I'm just checking right now is my transfer slots. Let me grab a light and see if I can pinpoint them to you. Let's see here. Yeah, you see right there, that little slot in the middle there, you kind of want them to be more square to start with than anything for adjustment wise. So I'm going to try to get them squared up, and then we'll continue the assembly. And I mean, they look pretty square to me, so let's just continue the old assembly. All right, next thing we'll do is clean our jets, unless we got new ones. I guess I haven't even seen what we all have. We got a needle and seat, okay. Gasket, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yep, all right, so next thing we're gonna do is clean our jets out. That's these little guys here. Just there's one. You might have to find a different bolt to put into like the back of the cylinder head or something, because I don't know how big the bell housing bolts are.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I do have these guys.
Okay. Did we not get a new little power valve? Okay. Alright. Hopefully the power valve is still good here. At least I think that's what that's called.
Grab my ratchet wrenches.
Just spray that guy off a little bit, clean him up. Put him back in. Oh, I do know what that is. All right, so as you can see in here, I got both the jets started and the power valve started in there. I'm just gonna finish tightening them up and then we'll continue moving up. All right, now that we got the bowl assembly there assembled, we are going to move on up a little bit to the top plate and get that all cleaned up. Oh, I guess I could clean up these surfaces here a little bit better first, but all right, so now that that's cleaned up, let's move up to this top plate deal here.
You got a 3/4 inch wrench?
In that bag, probably.
I'm just curious to see what size the bolt is. Just because.
All right, so now that we're at our top plate here, I realize that I think the seat gasket is stuck in the carb. Yep, just pop that out for the new one. Well, a 19 or 18. Or what are you trying to do? Yeah, I kind of figured. All right, the next thing we're gonna do here is install our new needle and seat. Well, we'll actually probably just install the seat for now and then leave the needle out while we do other things. There we go. Very, very nice. And just snugged up. All right, another thing we gotta do is replace the gasket on our accelerator pump. So you just peel the old one off or cut it off or something. Jesus. She's a little hard. There we go. There we go. And then we got a new one of those, so we'll put that guy on. Yeah. We'll put the new one on. And then we'll install that into our top plate, which requires this spring. And then you shove it through the hole here. And then there's this linkage here that it needs to catch. And you just pull that, doop, there we go. And there we go. Now that the accelerator pump is on, we can spray through a couple of these holes here and just make sure everything's clean. Oops. Forgot one piece on that accelerator pump plate, so gonna have to pop that back off quick. Not a big deal. Dropping things. Found it. There we go. Now we shove this up in there. There we go. Alrighty. Now that that's set in there, we can put our new needle in. We'll put our new needle in right there. Just drop it in. Grab our float. Tuck our float up. Put our float pin in. There we go.
Oh boy. We're contacting here.
What?
We got good groundage.
It seems like the needle and seat's kind of sticking a little bit. The brand new one's sticking. Go figure. I'll pull that out quick and just see what the deal is there. See if something got stuck in there or what, but oh yeah, there's a little bit of garbage down in there now from blowing shit out earlier, so we'll just take the carbon choke cleaner and spray out the needle and seat. There we go. Let's see if that helped any, or if we're just gonna be having an issue here. There's a little pin that holds the float in that you gotta line up through the tower. There we go.
Solid you're on now.
All right, I'm happy with that. So the next thing then will be our top plate gasket, which is right here. Get that guy on there properly. Oh, I'm just an idiot and putting it on completely wrong. There we go. Something like so. And you come and gotta get your, this might actually be easier to put this gasket on
I was gonna say that.
the carb first.
Tubes.
And now see the float is kind of in the way, so actually taking the float back off to put the gasket on so that we can, there we go, gasket now on, now the float. Look at that. I guess there is a process. All right. All right, nice and happy with that. Now you take this you got to kind of line up your accelerator pump here with its bore, but it kind of fell right into place. And then this carburetor's also got some metering rods, so you got to be careful with those. Alright, got it all slid back together. Put our top screws back in. Alright, get most of the screws started. Did you just put the one ground on, or?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
She's a solid ground.
I hear you, but
That's a nice big thick ground.
I still want one from battery to,
I should have brought my drill. You got a drill here?
I don't know if I actually do have a drill with me today. Luke has a drill. And I have DeWalt batteries, so.
Self-tappers?
Yes, I have a bunch of self-tappers over there. Those are mine.
So, make a small one.
Yeah. Doesn't need to be nothing crazy, but I just want a chassis ground to battery.
That'll be another decent one.
Again, none of these screws need to be crazily torqued. I mean, tight, but not, you know, we're dealing with some cheap, I guess not cheap, but just some thin pot metal material on a carburetor. There's no reason to be pulling threads. There we go.
These heat shrink ones or what?
Yes. Yes, they are. They're the only kinds I buy. All right, now that the top plate's all secured, we still got a couple linkages to hook up, like our choke linkage and our accelerator pump linkage, which is not hard to do at all. I think this one in the middle one. I think. There we go. Where's this supposed to go the other way? I think that's supposed to go the other way.
That ain't gonna work with the wire that I got. Too big.
There we go. Get the accelerator pump linkage on there, lock washer, and nut. And we'll just tighten this guy up and it should draw it right into place. see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that seems like that's doing what it needs to do. Alright, then the last one that we got left is our choke linkage here, which is no big deal neither. That guy just goes on this shaft here, comes down, catches this, and there's that guy. Yeah, I don't think I have this choke linkage set up right. Let me see what's going on here. See if I can remember better. And go and catch it like so. Yeah, there we go. Now I got it. Do I have it? Hold up. Let me see here. Oh, this has to come on this side. I feel like I might be missing a spring or something, but I think that's how that choke goes there. Now what I do with the nut for that. Oh, nice, still in the socket. Look at that, we're good. Sure, I don't know. The choke might not be right, but it's right enough to be able to get put on and see what we got. So I'll set the GoPro back up and we'll get to it. All right, guys. I was a slight idiot and didn't turn the GoPro on when I installed the carburetor, but as you can see, carburetor is now on. That's good, that's good, that's good. You're gonna need to find some vacuum lines. A couple of them are a little hard, but that's not a big deal right now. Also, while I was rebuilding the carb, I had Josh. He put on a new ground wire for us, that big, thick red one. Yep, that's a nice ground wire. I'm okay with it. And then we also put a battery to chassis ground over here from the battery straight to the chassis. Just to hopefully prevent burning up another wire or two. But I think the next thing we're gonna have to do is, I bought a boat tank to hook up as an auxiliary fuel system for now. So I think I'm gonna jump up underneath there, hook the boat tank up to the fuel pump, and I think we're gonna try to fire this thing up and see if it runs or see what it does. See if the pump pumps, see if, you know, we got lots of variables here, but let's get to it. So I'm gonna jump underneath and see what it's gonna take to hook this fuel tank up. Alrighty, we're under the Scout. Let me see if I can get you guys seeing what I'm seeing. There, holy shit. All right, we're under the Scout now that I threw the GoPro at the ground and it's still good. Yeah, this is our fuel line here that's just broken, I guess. So we'll just keep breaking that out of the way, I guess. It was pinched off, just broken. Let's take this little chunk of hose off quick. And see what we can make happen here. That's real rusty and shitty to work with. Might also be my pliers choice. Oh, there we go. Oh, we almost had it. Let's break that off too. Yeah, real nice rubber hose in here. And clamp it. Get this other chunk off. And then let me find another little chunk of fuel hose and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. I got our hose coming from our fuel tank, plumbed right up into the old pump right there. Come in, tighten her up. All right, we should have fuel to the fuel pump. Let's prime it with this. Where are we leaking fuel from? Oh. There's a little rubber line up there that's leaking. That's gonna suck to get to. Wow. Let's investigate that quick, I guess. Let's go from the top side down though. I think it might be easier to see. Hold up. So I think I found our fuel leak. Give her a pump once, bud. Yeah, so I'm gonna replace that chunk of rubber hose quick and we'll try this again. It took a little bit, but got these two hoses replaced. I could blow through the fuel filter still, so I put it back in line. Why not? You know, what's a little extra protection? So I guess now the next thing is will this thing start again, or does it run, or let's try that. Let's get you guys set up and we'll see what we got going on here. Alrighty, why don't you try it once, buddy? Nice. guys, as you can hear, it pretty much actually just fired right up, which is
Didn't even need carb.
awesome. You know, hell yeah. Let's I guess I'm probably gonna just let it sit here and run for a minute and see if anything pops up, if any fluids start pouring out of it. But I'll keep you guys in the loop too here. That's good, you can find out the holes on the arm. This is good. This is good. Does it fire right back up? Let's go! Let's go! All right, shut her down.
She makes a hell of, well, that's just the carburetor breathing.
Yeah, that.
That-
Or, oh yeah, the sucking.
Yeah.
Got maybe a little noisy valve train, I don't know. It might clear up and start sounding a little nicer, but I don't think it actually sounds all that bad or anything that I'm concerned about.
Really good, actually.
I guess the next thing will be to do is we'll probably jack up the rear of this thing and see if the clutch works, see if it goes in gear, if the transmission works, like just roll it forward, roll it back. That'll have to be our next step, so let's get to that. All right, guys, got it jacked up in the air on jack stands. This tire spin? Oh yeah, it does. We got posi?
Spin the other way?
No, it's spinning the same way.
Nice.
We may have a posi unit even. Let's go. All right, yeah, so I guess we're just gonna fire this thing up, see if the clutch works, see if four-wheel drive works.
See if things rotate.
See if things rotate, see what makes noises, see if things make noises, see if things make bad noises. Let's get it. All right, let's climb up in the old Scout. Okay, seat's a little less than desirable. Clutch in. We got the throttle sticks a little bit. All right, well, we got oil pressure, we got alternator. Let me see here, that should be two-wheel drive, I think. First gear, letting clutch out. I don't know if we're oh, there we go. What? We got something happening. Rear wheel is spinning. First gear? Yep. Second gear. Speedometer is jumping. Third gear. Oh yeah. Fourth gear. Yep. Oh, reverse is down. Reverse. And reverse. So now I think I'm in four-wheel drive though. Unless that's four-wheel drive.
Now you're in 4.
Okay.
We're spinning over here.
I don't know if this side's spinning, I doubt it. Seems like
We're spinning.
four-wheel drive seems to be working.
The brakes are might sticky.
A little sticky.
This side.
Okay. All right, cool. That means we have a vehicle.
We just need to figure out some breakage.
And I think that means I'm probably gonna put the tires on it, put air in the tires, and maybe go around the block without brakes. Because
That did not sound good.
oh, it was just the vacuum booster. Maybe. I don't know, I don't really have much of a brake pedal.
We got some action going on over here.
Yep.
And it's making the carburetor go poof poof.
Oh, so that check valve into the brake booster is probably bad.
It's literally that. Look, you can see it.
Yeah,
Like,
all right, that makes me question something now. Yeah, I don't think I have a brake booster.
yeah, I don't think so either.
And I don't think I have any brakes whatsoever.
I don't think we're driving this time today.
I don't think we have brakes, but I think I still might try to drive it out of the garage.
Put it in gear 1.
I know I don't have any rear brakes.
I'll push the brake.
Are we still in four-wheel drive?
Yeah. It's not working.
Yeah. So we have 0 brakes, but my buddy kind of needs to use his garage today, so I think we still might pull this out.
Turn it down. We have a fuel leak.
Okay. Oh, sounds like we might have a fuel leak. Let's go investigate that quick.
Quite a fuel leak.
Quite the fuel leak, he says. Oh, it does seem to be quite the fuel leak. Let's see where this is coming from. Did we just shit out the fuel pump? We might have. Or is it?
I don't know, she's leaking pretty severely though.
Yeah.
From somewhere.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
I can start it real quick so you can figure it out.
Yeah, you want to fire it up once? They wouldn't have been lost. They're on the floor. Yep, turn it off. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a fuel pump. It's just pumping fuel out a weep hole. Son of a gun.
I kind of wondered.
So, alrighty though, we'll figure this out. I'll have to order one of those in for sure. And we'll figure that out, but that does put a damper on our day. A little bit.
Awesome. Oh, you're in the snow.
A little bit in the snow here. Alright, I don't know what happened there, but we are on the road. Oh, hell yeah we are. We are four-wheel driving it on the road. Doesn't even feel that bad.
No, it won't.
I mean, zero brakes,
Zero
but
brakes, but that's all right. Take her cruise around town.
I don't know, man. We're leaking fuel pretty good.
Yeah, okay, then we should probably not do that.
Yeah, we're just gonna go park her. But we're around the block, man. Hell yeah, we're just cruising. Fuel speedometer works. Everything's working other than the temp gauge yet, so here we go.
Oh, this nice non-cushioned seat.
The seat over there,
No
the
cushion.
mice have got in that one, huh?
Yeah, there's no cushion.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this thing runs. I think we're gonna have to order up some brakes and
A fuel pump?
a fuel pump for sure. And then
See where it goes from there.
here we go. Time to get her. just an animal. Will we back out of here?
Oh, yeah.
Of course we will. Dude, here we go. Oh, don't wanna, I mean, there we go. And, oh, will it sit here and idle? Oh.
Bro, it needs to come up a little on the idle.
Just a little bit on the idle.
See your face driving this thing, all I can see is
Probably both of us.
Dude, I am extremely happy about this outcome right now. Like, the thing runs and drives. Like, just drove around the block. Let's go. We need brakes and we need a fuel pump and
Bring a couch cushion.
a bigger fuel tank probably.
Bring a couch cushion with you.
Oh, this is cool. Awesome. This is awesome. I can't, this has to get fixed. This is my new winter beater for this year. I won't even call it a beater, I guess. Oh, we gotta make sure the heater works and stuff. We got some work to do, but this thing drove beautifully at 20 miles an hour around town. This is awesome. This is just awesome. Well, all right, there we have it, guys. We drove it around the block, have 0 brakes, which is perfect, but it runs and drives, seems great. Like, I can't wait. We gotta put a fuel pump in it, get some brakes, get the interior cleaned better. I mean, yeah, we already spent 2 or 3 hours cleaning it up, but you know, it could probably use another 8 hours. So we'll get to that. And then some tires on it, because we're not putting air in tires all the time. We're not doing that bullshit. But that'll be this episode of Bad Decision Garage today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow along on the tail of the Scout. Like, it's gonna be a project. Like, I'm getting it back on the road now. Like, there is 0 chance that it will not be daily driven again at this point. So, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.